What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Samuel and I'm super glad you're here. And today I am going to be ranking the Star Wars films, the 9 Skywalker Saga Star Wars films. I'm going to be ranking them today. As you guys follow along, let me know why you agree, why you disagree. And remember, it's just my opinion. We all got different ones. But without further ado, let's hop in. All right, coming in at number 9, we have The Phantom Menace. Yes, I know it's, very common for people to have this down there. Let's be honest. There's not enough action. Padme and Anakin's relationship is kind of weird considering he's such a young boy. He's like 9 years old. There's a lot of politics. The thing that saves this movie for me is honestly Darth Maul. The Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon battles. They're epic. They're some of the best battles in Star Wars history. And this movie is just so unrewatchable, and I don't find myself rewatching it unless I'm doing a marathon or something. But it's just a very mid-tier movie. All right, coming in at number 8, we have The Last Jedi. Now, this could be a little controversial. This was the one Star Wars movie I didn't see in theaters. I just didn't really have much of an aspiration. I think it's cool that Luke is back, but I don't really like how he's kind of hiding away. We find out that he tried to kill Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, and I don't like that either. I think that's kind of cowardice. And then, of course, spoiler alert, he ends up perishing at the end, and I don't really like the way that he went either. I wish it was something a lot more heroic, a lot more cool. But it's not a terrible movie. There's some really cool fight scenes. The choreography, the backdrops, they're all really cool. And it's a Star Wars movie, so you can't hate it. All right, number 7, we have Attack of the Clones. This is another movie where the politics are just kind of killing the movie. There's way too many politics, and I know some people are into that, but as just a movie viewer, you can get real confused. It just takes away from a lot of the film. The dialogue in here it's terrible. Wow, the dialogue is terrible. I like the battle, the clone battle that goes on. A lot of the lightsaber fights with Dooku and Anakin and Obi-Wan, they look awful. They're just standing there, with flashes going around them. Doesn't work for me, but there's a decent amount of action in this movie. This was one that I do kind of remember watching as a kid, so there's a little bit of that nostalgia. But yeah, that's Attack of the Clones. All right, number 6, we have The Force Awakens. Now, I saw this on opening night when it came out. I was in middle school. And I was just excited because I had never seen a Star Wars movie in theaters, but I grew up watching them. There were a lot of things I liked. I liked kind of the nostalgia factor, bringing back some old characters. What I thought was weird was they made Finn seem to be like this big Jedi hero, and then they underused him, or they kind of screwed him over, it feels like, in the film. So I wasn't a fan of that. I was expecting to see a lot more of him. Rey was okay. She was cool. I liked Poe a lot. Poe was always really cool. Gave you that kind of Han Solo vibe. But I feel like they forced a lot of humor. This is when Disney took over. And I was sitting there and, as a middle schooler, a lot of the humor wasn't landing with me. So now kind of rewatching it, it's like, some of this stuff is kind of weird. Like, I get it, it's okay. I don't hate it, but a lot of it seems kind of forced and just like, it seems non-typical for a Star Wars movie. But The Force Awakens, not a bad film. I would definitely rewatch it. All right, number 5, we have The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I think this was a cool movie, okay? There's a lot of people, a lot of super fans that kind of say there's like these continuity breaks. There's a lot of little loopholes that kind of went through, and just some real like intricate things that people like to debate about. I thought it was really cool seeing Palpatine back. I was like, whoa, like I had no idea. I thought Darth Vader killed him. But to see him back was pretty cool. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you, I loved the transformation of Kylo Ren to Ben Solo. The fight scene with Rey and Ben, like when they're teaming up together, oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite lightsaber battles in the entire saga. I thought the movie was really cool, kind of like The Last Jedi. Lots of cool choreography. The colors were amazing. And you know what? I think this was a cool little wrap up to the trilogy. And you know what? I enjoyed it. That's The Rise of Skywalker. All right, number 4, we have Return of the Jedi. Now, look, I love the original trilogy. I love them. But one of them has to be on the bottom, and I think that's Return of the Jedi. You know, I think having Boba Fett was super cool. I liked that scene with him. But it just kind of felt, I don't know, it didn't feel like a wrap up to the trilogy. It had a lot of action. It was cool. Some of the stuff just felt kind of, I don't know, it just felt almost outside of Star Wars. A lot of the outdoors and the sun and the desert. Those fighting scenes just, they didn't feel as like the dark kind of Star Wars that I was used to watching, which is okay. I still love the movie. Luke's black suit was always really cool to me. I really like that. But yeah, Return of the Jedi, still a great movie, just the bottom of the original trilogy. All right, number 3, we have, and don't kill me over this, we have Empire Strikes Back. Now, I know this is most people's favorite movies, and I understand that. I absolutely love this movie. Ranking these last 3 was really difficult for me because they could all be number 1. But Empire Strikes Back is here. I think a big part of that is I probably haven't seen it as much as the other movies. But, you know, classic, one of the biggest plot twists in history with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker's relationship, one of the best fights in Star Wars history. You know, I really loved Empire. There's not much bad I can say about this movie. It just, I didn't connect to it like I did the next 2 on my list. Empire Strikes Back's classic. You know, you have Luke go to visit Yoda, which is super cool. I remember watching that as a young boy and being like, whoa, what the heck is this? And you know, it's an awesome movie. But we're going to get to why it didn't make the final 2 in a second here. So coming in at number 2, we have Revenge of the Sith. Now, Revenge of the Sith is by far the best of the prequels, in most people's opinion. And this was the movie I watched the most, especially growing up. So there's a big hit of that nostalgia, which is part of the reason it beats out Empire. You know, seeing Anakin make the transformation to Darth Vader, it used to really scare me, especially the scene with him and Obi-Wan fighting at the end. It used to scare me as a child. But this movie just, it brings a different feeling to me than Empire and the rest of these movies. It like emotionally just like, oh man, it just brings me in. And not to say Empire doesn't with the whole Darth Vader thing, but this movie just, it hit different for me. You know, you have kind of just the steady inclination of Anakin turning to the dark side with Palpatine kind of molding him. And, you know, you start to see it. When I first saw this, I had no idea Anakin was Darth Vader. So it's not like I was expecting it. I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness. There's a lot of great lightsaber battles from the get-go. Like, opening act is just action. And I love that in a movie. So that's a couple reasons why it's my second favorite and my favorite of the prequels. You're just always reeled in. You know, again, the dialogue can sometimes be a little cheesy, but, you know, it's a great movie. And Revenge of the Sith will always have a special place in my heart. Now, before we go on, if you guys are enjoying, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you guys thought. You know, I'm really starting to get this channel. I want to get this channel started up, and I would love it if you guys could support me and help me out. So without further ado, number 1 is A New Hope. Now, I know this is an unpopular opinion to a lot of people too, because they prefer usually Empire or Revenge over it, but A New Hope was the first Star Wars movie I ever saw. Kind of like how Revenge of the Sith had a special place in my heart, A New Hope has a special place in my heart too. Just, you know, the birth of Star Wars, the beginning, the introduction, meeting Skywalker, meeting Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, Darth Vader. It's just, I'll never not have a smile on my face when watching this movie. You know, getting to meet all these characters and their background, Luke discovering the Force. Man, I can never forget the first time he opened up Obi-Wan's old lightsaber. I was like, oh my gosh, just captivated as a child. This movie I could rewatch 20 times in a row and I'd still be satisfied. Man, it's just awesome. The fear that Darth Vader created in souls around the world watching this movie. A New Hope is awesome. You see the dynamic between Luke, kind of the little love triangle thing with Luke, Han, and Princess Leia. Later find out Luke probably doesn't want to be in on that. But yeah, A New Hope is just an awesome movie. You see Obi-Wan go away, which was sad, but we didn't know him too well. But you know, just the rise of Luke Skywalker, this hero, and his journey kind of to ascension. It's a really great movie. A New Hope is a classic. It's the original And I think it's one of the best original movies in any series ever. Shout out George Lucas for Star Wars. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to leave your comments of your list down below. We can chat, we can kind of debate. Make sure to follow my Instagram, my TikTok. Go ahead and subscribe. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.